The following program is brought to you by Johnny's Radiator and More. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. We are more than a radiator shop. Come see what the more is all about. Brakes, alignments, suspension, shocks, struts, tires, lift kits, radiator, AC repair, oil change, water pumps, fuel pumps, and more. Don't forget, Johnny's has a full line of AC parts in stock for all heavy-duty makes and models, logging, farming, construction, and heavy-duty trucks. AC parts specialist with over 35 years experience. Call 870-226-5000 to get an estimate or make an appointment today. Hey everybody, welcome to Saline River Sports. I'm Rob Reep. Obviously trying something a little bit different this evening. This is our official bow show. Hopefully, if we get everything recorded correctly. The interview was pre-recorded earlier this morning, but we're trying a little live stream feature here to just test it out, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that. But also, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about a ball game going on this Friday night, a big one in South Arkansas. Between the Warren Lumberjacks and the Monticello Billies. Now, this is the Union Bank and Trust Saline River Shootout. This is a rivalry game for I think what is the largest high school trophy in the state of Arkansas, rivalry trophy in the state of Arkansas. And the trophy portion of the rivalry goes back to 2011. If you want to check it out, we do actually have an article on SalineRiverNews.com on the sports page today titled Union Bank and Trust Saline River Shootout Rivalry between Warren and Monticello set for Friday. And it gives you a really cool breakdown of all the past scores and how this rivalry's gone over the years. First game was September 9th of 2011. It ended in a 6-6 tie. I remember that game well. I was there. That was the last year that this game was in fact not a conference matchup. I believe Monticello moved into the Conference 8 4A. Was it 4A at the time or 3A? I can't remember. But the next year in 2012, they were into the conference, and this has been a conference game ever since. So no more ties, no more chance for ties. And but if you look at the breakdown, Warren's kind of dominated this other than in 2020. Monticello beat Warren 18-12 back that season. Other than that, though, it's been pretty much all Warren other than 2011 and 2020. And if I remember correctly, I want to say that October 23rd game of 2020 was I think it was a rain-filled night. So I see a couple of views on here already, so I don't know if you guys are fully getting this out. On my end, we're getting a few error messages, but again, this is just a live stream. We're just doing a slight test here to see how this would work on playing back our interview with Coach Hembree here on our YouTube page. So we'll get to it here in just a second. Just wanted to give a quick preview of this week's game. Lumberjacks come into this ball game. It's kind of tough to tell where Warren is at the moment to me. I've been to every game that they've had so far, and this is a talented Warren football team. They've been through some early season struggles. First of all, brutal non-conference schedule. You faced Greenbrier, Whitehall, and Elkins in week 0, 1, and 2 in your non-conference play. Greenbrier Warren just fell 41-34 to Greenbrier. The next week, Warren was at home versus Whitehall and defeated the Bulldogs 46-14. That was an impressive win. You kind of felt like some real momentum might be building for the Jacks. Traveled over to up to Russellville on September 13th to face Elkins. I'll tell you what, folks, I've seen quite a bit of football already this season. Been watching a lot of game film. Elkins is the real deal. So I wouldn't take that Warren loss there I take it with a grain of salt because that's a good Elkins football team that the Jacks lost to, and a lot of things went against Warren in that ball game. Last week against DeWitt, that was Friday, September 7th. Lumberjacks traveled to DeWitt. I believe this is the second year in a row. Won 36-22. Up and down, odd ball game, but you had a hurricane coming through at the same time with a good bit of rain falling, especially in the first half, on a grass field as well. So Warren kind of bumped the run game. You're going to hear Coach Hembree talk about that here in a minute when we get to the full interview. So the Lumberjacks are 2-2. This is a big ball game, as you'll hear Coach Hembree talk about it here in just a couple of minutes. They're not taking Monticello lightly at all. Let's take a look at the Billies' schedule. They are, as I show it, 3-1 on the season. In a week 0, they went on the road to Fordyce, fell 34-16 to fall to 0-1 at the start of the season. Fordyce hadn't looked at their schedule to see exactly how they've been faring. Let's do that really quick. I'll bump over to their schedule. Doing all this live, guys, so we're gonna see if I can keep it all together. Of course, they beat Monticello on the opening week 0 ball game. Then a win at Magnet Cove, 62-6. Defeated Mineral Springs at Fordyce, 58-10, and a win versus Barton, 42-6 last week. So this is they faced a Fordyce team that's not half bad. But if you look at Monticello's schedule after they face Fordyce in this would be week 1 officially. Bauxite came to town to Monticello. Billy's knocked them off 41-20. I was pretty surprised at that result when I first saw it. The last couple of weeks have put Monticello in a little different light, in my opinion. They then went to Dumas. Dumas is a struggling football team. They picked up, I believe, their first win last week. But Monticello defeated them on the 20th of September, 27-0. And then last Friday night at home versus Hamburg, the Billies won 35-32 to move to 3-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play. So that sets up a big ball game Friday night at Jim Hurley Jr. Stadium. This is a huge 8-4A matchup, and we will be there to cover it. So you will be able to catch all the ins and outs in our game report on Saturday morning. All right, let's get to Coach Hembree's interview and enjoy. Well, good morning, Coach. Back to winning ways. Friday night, 36-22 over DeWitt. Just your initial general thoughts on that game.
It was a hard-fought game. We knew it would be at DeWitt. Always a tough place to play, and they're so physical, and it seemed like we always get their best shot. I thought their kids probably played their best game of the year by watching film. I thought they played extremely hard. It was a real physical football game. The weather was pretty crazy. A northwest wind that made it really, really cold, and I guess it rained most of the night. And we had to do some things that we wasn't used to doing. We had to get in some personnel groupings that, for 21 personnel, pretty much stayed in it all night, and was able to run the football for the most part. And we couldn't really throw it very well just because the wind was so bad, and you could do it one way, but the other way you couldn't. But I don't know. It was a wild third quarter. I think there was 2 defensive touchdowns, a special teams touchdown. It was just a crazy night in DeWitt, Arkansas.
You mentioned it kind of being an odd ball game. I think our unofficial stats showed around over 200 yards rushing. But how big was that for the development of your offensive line to have to run the football more than you're used to, probably?
It was good. It was a good sign for us to be able to go do that and have to do that. And we had to lean on them. We would. You could throw a short pass, but like as far as throwing the ball down the field, either team, it wasn't happening. You couldn't do it. You're either the wind was going to take it and overthrow it, or take it out of bounds. But the short passing game, we threw some hitches, but I think they caught on to that pretty quick, and it was more aggressive and was daring us to throw the ball down the field, which we love throwing the ball down the field. So, but when that took that away from us, it was tough. But thought our offensive line did a really good job. Thought Aaron got better as the game went on. AJ ran the ball tough. Cam ran the ball tough, and it was just a hard-fought ball game in a tough situation.
I'm assuming it was nice to see some bounces go your way as well this week.
Well, yeah, it was, but still had a bounce with two bounces. Sure. We had two turnovers, one inside their 20, and then we turned it over down on our own 7 or 8, and they pick it up running in for a touchdown. But we did get a couple of bounces. We had a scoop and score, and we had a defensive touchdown. But we got to limit turnovers, and that's what our big key is right now, and that's taking points off the board and putting points on the board for the other team.
We move on. Warren Monticello, big ball game this week, obviously for the Union Bank and Trust Saline River Shootout Trophy. Monticello's got just one loss this season versus Fordyce, week 0. What do you expect out of the Billies?
Well, I think they'll come in ready to play. I mean, they had coming off a huge win last week against Hembree, 35-32. Really good up front, physical up front. Got 2 good running backs, and then got some skilled guys out wide who can make plays, and then defensively, it's kind of a weird deal. You really don't know what you're going to get. Last year they came out in a 3 safety look against us and dared us to run the football, and something similar to what Elkins did, and what I think we'll be better prepared for that this year. I thought last year some teams caught us off guard with it. This year, we've worked it a lot. Also what their base defense is, but people kind of shocked us a little bit doing that last year, and now this year we kind of got a good feeling for it. We even had a good feeling for it against Elkins. We moved the ball up and down the field. We just turned the ball over. We just got to limit turnovers, and hopefully the weather will be great. Defensively they play extremely hard. They run the football. Their defensive line gets off the ball really well. We just gotta go play. That's our biggest key right now is hopefully get some good weather so we can be balanced on offense and just keep improving.
Obviously, you've also had a tough early road schedule on top of just being a tough schedule. How good is it to be back home?
Well, I'm excited about it. 3 out of 4 on the road, especially on the road to where we've been. We went to Greenbrier, which was a tough environment. Then we went to Russellville, which was a long trip, made it longer with the wreck happening, and then last week at DeWitt, it was a long trip. It was just nasty the whole night. And our kids are going to be excited Friday night to be at home again for the first time in a month. So that's a long time for most of the time you don't go that long without playing a home game. And we're excited to be at home. We've got most of our road schedule over with. We don't want to have but 2 more road games the rest of the year, which is kind of crazy if you look at it. But we're going to be excited to be at home, and we're ready to go out and play, and hopefully the fans will come out, and it'll be a great football game.
Coach, good luck, and we'll see you Friday.
All right, thank you.
All right, welcome back. I know those of you who are watching, first of all, appreciate you checking it out. Again, this is just kind of a test that we're doing to see if we can do some new things. We had a few issues with bit rate falling, dropped frames, so I know it was not a smooth ride. I will try to upload Coach Hembree's interview here in just a few minutes and get that out there so that you guys can watch this hopefully without any dropped frames. But appreciate you sticking with us, and yeah, that's going to do it for us here at Saline River Sports for this video. Please do hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you can get all the videos that we post on our official YouTube page. And just as a reminder, it's SalineRiverNews.com now. If you're not already using that, we encourage you to do so. The old address, SalineRiverChronicle.com, does still forward you to the new address. However, it can sometimes cause some issues with getting cached content. So within the last 24 hours or so. So if you want up to the minute content, go ahead and go to SalineRiverNews.com. That's going to do it. Thanks so much for joining us.